I might get to be a speaker at an advocacy event in November happening in my city. It's open to kids in Central and Eastern Washington who are priority. Western Washington, I'm pretty sure you go on a wait list. Don't quote me on that though. And I signed up to be a co-designer to help plan this event, and I also signed up to be a speaker there. And I will be speaking, if I do get accepted, about education system and how speaking out and talking up for yourself in the education system is okay, no matter what people say. If they tell you it's not important, if they tell you to be quiet, stuff like that, you still need to speak up for yourself. Because I've personally struggled just throughout my whole entire life with the education system and speaking up for myself. Because one year I almost failed. I was one of the more advanced kids in this school, and they almost failed me because I had too many attendances, like too many missed days, even though all of them were for medical, because I am legally a disabled person in the United States because I am diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and because I also had surgery and I had recovery and I had physical therapies and I had to go get braces fixed and prosthetic braces, and it was just a whole headache. And my mom was like, no, this isn't gonna happen. And I had to go speak in front of my school board, or I think it was my school board. It was someone. I had to speak in front of someone about my missed days because they thought it was too many, even though I was one of the higher up kids out of like 5 in our middle school that were getting them more money. And it was ridiculous, and I had to go speak to someone about that. And then come later in life, I have to go and speak to schools, speak to school people in my school, because they want to ask me if I'm sure I can do certain things, even though I've been doing them for years at other schools before I transferred here, and I've been doing them here for a good while, like being higher up in math, like speaking at events, like presenting at other schools, speaking up for myself, getting schedule changes that I need mandatory, working for certain clubs and stuff like that. And I've always been a determined kid. Anyone who meets me in real life, anyone who's had me as a student, a friend, knows this. I know what colleges I want to go to. I know what degrees I want. I've known since I was 6, and I always have backup colleges, and most of those backup colleges are where I've wanted to go since I was 6. And I do research before I do anything. Like, before I speak to people, I do research on what I'm going to say. Before I advocate for myself to get this schedule changes, I look in the school's district's rules and see if I can do this and that. And it's just ridiculous, and I want to speak for people for that.